What's going on, Chicago Tough Sports fans? I'm Anthony, and I'm here with Hitman and Scott. What's going on, gentlemen?
Happy
Hello.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, whatever.
I'm a two-time COVID survivor now.
There you go.
Thank you.
So we are here to do a wrestling video, and we are going to talk about the day one pay-per-view. And holy fucking shit. Up until everything that happened before the main event, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Nothing else in wrestling matters until they figure out what's going on with what happened. Scott doesn't know anything about what we're going to talk about tonight. So here it goes.
Wait. Should we explain to the people what I do if this doesn't interest me?
Yeah, go on.
If it doesn't interest me, you're going to see this on the live feed. I'm going cartoon Scott for the whole way.
There we go.
So, and I'm going off mic and everything. I'll come back when you guys start entertaining me again.
Okay.
With this wrestling crap. Hold on. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right,
So
who's the main event? What was the main event? You gotta
Okay.
paint a picture for me.
Listen, the main event was supposed to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
Okay.
But earlier in the day, Hitman sent me what was it, Twitter thing he did? Roman Reigns had to back out because he tested positive. So I'm guessing what the co-main event was supposed to be a fatal four-way for the WWE Championship between Big E, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley. So what they did was they made it a fatal five-way, and they threw Brock Lesnar in there. Now, when this match started, Hitman and I were going back and forth, actually talking on the phone, not texting. Super excited.
Well, this is even before the match started. This is like even before the pay-per-view started.
Yes. I had my heart set on Seth Rollins. I thought Seth was going to win, and Lesnar was just there because they probably paid him already, and they had to do something with him, you know. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't get my words out now. Okay, so
this better be good.
Make a long story short, Lesnar won, and he has the belt now. He has the WWE title, and now he's gonna go after Roman to unify the two titles.
Well, we don't know that yet. That's kind of the working theory that you and I and certain wrestling fans
That's what they should do. That's what they should do. And I said this to Scott before you came on. Fuck the Royal Rumble. Don't even do the Rumble. It's pointless.
No.
This is their main event. This should be their main event.
It's the Rumble's not pointless. And I texted you earlier, last night and today, said I had some thoughts regarding that. You can still have the Rumble.
No, I know they're going to have it. I'm just saying.
Well,
from my point of view, fuck the Rumble. Don't even do it.
Well,
I want the Rumble. No. I don't care about the Rumble.
You should care about the Rumble.
I don't.
Because no, you should. The WWE still has to sell out 200,000 seats at AT&T Stadium with 2 nights of WrestleMania. They still have to do that. So what they did last night by having Lesnar win was that they opened themselves up for a lot of possibilities. And I'm just going to say it right now. Within all of the promotions and champions that are out there right now, Brock Lesnar right now is the most important champion of all the companies that are out there. AEW, WWE, Impact, GCW, AEW, AWA. It's the most important. He is the most important champion right now. And And the thing is that you and I discussed this yesterday, Tony, that and I sent the message out to our group chat, basically like, look, you now have to put Brock Lesnar in the same category as Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. You have to, mainly because of the work he's doing right now, the mainstream attention that he's garnering, and also the reactions that he's getting from the crowd. He is the most credible superstar that any company has right now, by far. Scott, I'm waiting. Scott, I'm waiting for your thing.
It's other side.
Okay. No. My question, I don't want to interrupt the flow. I just have questions. Now the title that Lesnar has, there's still 2 titles for each show?
Yes. There's still 2 titles. It's just that because Roman tested positive.
He's on Raw.
So he won the Raw one.
Yes.
That is correct.
And he's not on Raw though, right?
Well, he's technically, he cut a promo last night basically saying because of his advocate Paul Heyman, he's a free agent.
Yeah.
So he can just show up wherever he wants.
So he can show up wherever he wants.
Yep.
Which is smart business, I would say, for WWE.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So he can just show up. Okay.
The smartest fucking thing they've done in at least 2 years.
Absolutely.
So that was very unexpected. Like,
yes.
You guys didn't think that? Did you guys think Brock was going to win?
Well,
we talked about like possibilities in certain scenarios, but who did you have winning that originally, Hitman?
I said I wanted anybody but Big E winning.
Okay, I had Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins has been doing a lot of good stuff on Raw.
Right.
Yeah, and I even told Hitman, they just have Lesnar in there because they fucking paid him and they have to do something with him. Right. They pay him ridiculous amounts of money to make these appearances, and they're not just going to tell him go home after they cut him a check. And there was a scenario during the match where I told Hitman, yeah, Lesnar's done in the match. He's not relevant. This is basically still a fatal 4-way. Lashley speared him through the barricade, and then maybe 5 minutes later, Kevin Owens frog splashed him outside of the ring. And then I was like, okay, Lesnar, he made his appearance. He earned his, $25,000 that he gets per fucking appearance. I was like, okay, he got his money. And then out of fucking nowhere, he starts F5ing everybody. Owens goes to stun him, and who did he pin? Was it Lashley?
No, he pinned Big E.
Was it Big E? Yeah, it was Big E.
Yeah.
He pinned Big E, and that was it. That's all she wrote. I jumped out of my chair, and I screamed at the moon like a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
How'd the crowd go nuts?
Oh, God,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Look, it was one of the very few times this year where the WWE, I felt like, got it right.
Yes.
And it wasn't so much as and I Tony always kills me because I always talk about the business side of pro wrestling. This makes sense because of the business side of pro wrestling.
Yeah, I agree with this time.
And you have to look towards WrestleMania. You have to look towards selling out AT&T Stadium. You have to find, like, if you can't get The Rock, you have to get someone who has the aura of him. And right now, the closest thing right now is Lesnar.
I told Hitman something last night, Scott, and let me know if you agree or disagree with this. Can you hear us? Okay, I wasn't sure.
I mute while I vape. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. I just wanted to make sure. Damn it, train of thought. Oh, I told Hitman last night that I feel that Vince McMahon told Roman Reigns that he's not his most important guy, that Brock Lesnar is still his number one guy by doing what he did. And he did it on the fly. This whole fatal 5-way thing happened out of nowhere. And then for creative to come up with the scenario they did and then have him win, I think that Brock is still his number one guy.
I mean, I would agree. Yeah, I think they just based that off of, how much they pay him. That's how they feel about him.
And there's something else that happened too before the match started. I told Hitman, and I found it weird. Big E, he had the title. He came out second to last. Lesnar came out. He was the last guy to come out. And I told Hitman, what the fuck?
Wait, now you knew Lesnar was in the match, right?
Yes.
Beforehand.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
WWE sent out a tweet, and it was actually all over the broadcast that
I thought you said that, but I was just making sure. Okay.
That Lesnar was going to be that he was added to the Fatal 4-Way that made it a 5-way match.
I thought
that's what it was. But.
I thought Lesnar was going to be second to last, but no, it was Big E. The champion came out second to last, and then Lesnar came out, and that was the first thing that kind of. I told Hitman, like, what the fuck? Why is Lesnar coming out last?
Because there are guys within this industry, and especially within the WWE, that transcends what the title, that are bigger than the title.
Yeah.
There's only a few guys in this industry, past or present, that are bigger than a title. Cena, Undertaker, Rock, Austin. Now you got Brock.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to say, Scott. Remember Hitman said he was saying you have to put Brock into that category with Rock and Steve Austin. At first, I didn't agree.
I get what he was saying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree with it in general, but I mean, I'm saying as of right now, I know what he's saying. Yeah. I understand what he's saying. Yeah.
After last night, I have to agree with you, Hitman. I mean, it's just mind-boggling how they pulled that shit off, man. Vince proved that he's still on top of the mountain.
Now, wait. Does this have you guys think you know where it's heading? We thought we know. Remember the Bray Wyatt thing? How cool that was?
Yep.
Now, is Goldberg going to beat Lesnar for the title next week on Raw, or like Hacksaw Jim Duggan or something?
Well, you know what's
thing
funny?
I told Hitman, if I know they're still going to have the Rumble and someone's still going to go up against Lesnar for the title and blah, blah, blah. If they strip the title away from Lesnar, what they did last night is meaningless. It's irrelevant.
It doesn't mean a thing.
It's stupid, and I won't watch Raw anymore because...
Wait, say that again one more time. Say that again one more time. Sorry, what did you just say? Say it again. Sorry. Tony.
I know that they're going to have the Rumble, and someone's going to win the Rumble to go up against Lesnar to take the title and get the main event against whoever. If they strip the title from Brock before he gets to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Right. Okay. Yeah, right.
What happened last night is meaningless and pointless, and they would have fucked everything up.
So the way it's going, is Brock going to wrestle both nights of WrestleMania?
That's one of my theories. Like, I have multiple theories right now that can go on. Like one of them is, Tony and I talked about this. Like you still need main events. You still need star power for night one of WrestleMania. One of the things that I talked about was finally having the 4 horsewomen of Sasha, Bayley, Becky, and Sasha, Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte finally have a match for the unification of the women's title. All right, let's get past that. But there we go. But one of the things that I thought about was you still need to have a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, I know.
So one of the things that I personally thought about is that one of the premier matches that the WWE has not done was Brock versus Lashley. You can still have Lashley win the Rumble and have Brock versus Lashley night one of the Rumble to sell that out. And then the winner of that match... night
one of WrestleMania, you mean?
Night one of WrestleMania.
Okay, you said the Rumble, I think. So.
Well, you can have Lashley to win the Rumble to set up Brock,
right, okay.
right, that to somehow set up to where Brock, faces Lashley at night one of WrestleMania, and the winner of that match faces Roman Reigns at night 2 to unify the titles.
Yeah.
If you want a way to, number one, get one of these dream matches, that's the first thing that you do. Number two, you still gotta sell out, both nights of WrestleMania. And number three, if the ultimate goal, which I think it still is to make Roman Reigns out to be the greatest of all time or close to it, you gotta have him unify the titles.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I get what Scotty's doing, but this is the way that it has to go.
Yeah.
If the ultimate goal is to have Roman Reigns to be this top guy, going up against later in 2022 and early 2023 against a certain Hollywood superstar, then you have to do this.
Yeah. I agree that that's what they're pushing. I mean, I don't like the fact that they're pushing Roman to be the greatest of all time, but that's what they're doing. The story they're doing, I mean, it's really good. And with Brock winning that title last night, it just it pushes that agenda even more now, because now he has to beat Brock. I think what that scenario you just came up with, night one of WrestleMania, and then whoever wins faces Roman, I think that's what's going to happen. That's what makes sense. Last night you said night one should be the women's main event. I thought,
but the more that I thought about it, you can still have the women's title match, but honestly, night one is Brock and Lashley, and then night two is the winner facing Roman Reigns to unify the title.
Brock and Roman.
That's those right there are your two most money making matches, not named Roman and Rock. That's where it is right now. And for what they did last night, that just, and you said it, Tony, that just shows you that when they truly want to actually give a damn, that the WWE is still king. And we always talk about, the ace in the hole. Last night's ace in the hole was Brock Lesnar winning that title.
Yeah. Yep. Tony Khan's always saying he has 1 million aces up his sleeve. And what did Vince say? I don't need 1 million. I only have a couple. I only need a couple. And up until last night, I thought that was Austin or The Rock. Now, last night, I agree with what you said before. Now he's got 3 aces up his sleeves, and one of those is Brock Lesnar.
And the reason why Brock is right now is the story that was being told with Roman, Brock, and Heyman, and the work that Brock was doing, not as a heel, but as a baby, I can't say baby face, because when I think of baby face, I think of good guy. Brock isn't a good guy.
No.
As a pseudo face, as a badass that we can all cheer as we can all cheer for.
Yeah.
That's what Brock Lesnar is. Brock Lesnar cut a promo last night before the match where he basically was talking as Heyman.
Yeah.
And it was some great shit.
I know, if we were saying, Scott, that they definitely had something big planned with Lesnar and Paul Heyman. And because Roman he tested positive, it seems like Brock kind of went off script and kind of went, I guess you could say, freestyle with a promo. The backstage, like Hitman said, he was talking like he was Paul Heyman. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brock Lesnar," and the whole advocate thing and yada yada yada. But it was really, really cool. It was fucking great.
Sometimes that's the way with us. Sometimes when you're, like when you're just, you got to think on the fly and you're up against it, sometimes that's where the best shit comes from. You just luck into shit,
Well, just think of those off-scripted promos that the wrestlers did before last year's WrestleMania because it was being that was delayed because of weather and how good those were, right?
Yep.
And that's what kind of what Brock did. Brock was cutting a promo last night that was kind of like, where's this been for the past 10 years? Yep. Since you've been back within the WWE.
It's like, why can't you fucking do this all more often? I know it can't be a home run every night or every episode of Raw or SmackDown or whatever, but God damn it, why can't they be more consistent with the content? Like you said, where's this been the last 10 years?
Yeah.
And total shock and off, man, really.
And I think the main thing right now is obviously we want to see where it goes, because I mean we have some ideas of where it should go, but ultimately it's creators going to determine where it should go. What I personally would do is obviously I would make sure Big E gets his title shot or his rematch at Rumble, have Lashley win the Rumble match within himself, and then somehow you incorporate Roman into this, and then you unify the title. I think business wise this makes the most sense, and it's funny because one of the things that really irked me on Scott's favorite social media platform, Twitter, is the fact that you do have a lot of people that were getting on the fact that they took the title off Big E. I am a huge Big E fan. I love Big E, but to be honest with you, his title reign has been
garbage,
underwhelming.
Dog shit.
I will say that. And I don't know if it's because of him or if it's because of creative, but when I look at Big E,
Hitman, random curse word.
When I look at Big E, I don't see money.
That's fair.
I don't see money when I look at Big E. You know what? I honestly, when I look at Big E, I think of the demographic that the WWE is targeting. I think of black. No, I think of the 9 to 14-year-old
children,
the children, the smile on the face and stuff like that. Do you know what wrestler I look to, and this is going to be, I'm just going to, it's somewhat of a racial issue, but it's not. When I think of a black wrestler that I can get behind, it's not Big E. It's Lashley. Because when I look at Bobby Lashley, I see money.
Not anymore. To me.
I see the look. I see the badassery. I see the credibility that he could bring to a championship.
Yes, Scott.
But I also look at Brock Lesnar, and he does all those things as well.
Yes,
even more. So
other side.
When I look at this,
nope.
I'm thinking, yes, Scott.
No, sorry. That's why I did the hand thing. I didn't want to cut you off.
It's on the other side.
It's right there. I'm looking at it.
Oh, it's on.
So when I look at everything together,
it's over here for me.
No.
So when I look at everything, as much as I like Big E, I just don't see I don't see money, which goes back to something that you and I talked about, Tony, before. I don't like baby faces to be champions.
Nope.
I prefer a little bit of badass or just flat out heels.
Yep.
Because for me personally,
as a 41-year-old man who loves sports entertainment and professional wrestling, I don't give a damn about Big E. But I do give a damn about Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. Okay. Scott, what did you have to say?
I was just going to recap now, just so I'm caught up with what you guys think is going to happen.
Yes.
Roman Reigns is the SmackDown champion.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Brock Lesnar is now the Raw champion.
Yes.
So we think Lashley's going to win the Rumble.
Yes.
And head to WrestleMania to face Lesnar, and the winner of that first night of WrestleMania, which we think is going to be Brock, will face Roman Reigns.
Yes.
And we think that Roman Reigns is going to win to unify the title at WrestleMania.
That's my prediction.
Right.
Once again, could be wrong.
That's not what I want. I want Lesnar to unify, but I think Hitman's right. I think they're, because I know you don't agree with it, Scott, but they are pushing Roman to be the greatest ever. They've been doing it for a while. I think he'll be in like the top 10 greatest. Maybe.
Hey, I can push to be the sexiest man alive. I can push as much as I want. It's never going to fucking happen.
Yeah, I know.
So what the hell? Who
Right.
Yeah, they can push as hard as they want.
I know. But I do think Hitman's right. I do think Hitman's right about Roman winning and unifying both titles.
Right. No, that I understand, and I understand that. Now, does Lesnar go away for a while then after that, or is he stay hot on his heels? Or
Hitman had an interesting theory on that last night.
Which theory was that?
About them getting Lesnar to stay around.
Well, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, you can have Brock lose and eventually, eventually be this still be this badass on Raw.
Yeah.
But the theory that I came up with was, hey, we know we paid you for this, but we're going to go ahead and pay you a little bit more just for you to stick around, because we know that, your name is going to be valuable, especially for the Raw brand. Right. So as I stated before, just by Brock Lesnar being on Raw, that immediately makes Raw a must-watch show. Like what he did last night makes you want to tune in on Monday nights to find out what the hell is going on. Which, by the way,
Scott, what they've been doing on Raw to get people to tune in, they've been bringing the Usos over to Raw. They bring the Usos over to challenge other tag teams. Okay, Hitman, continue.
So, in light of all that, you still have a credible superstar on Monday Night Raw. Yep. and Brock Lesnar. So now you have it to where it is a must see, right? And you and I talked about this last night, Tony, about how even when Big E was the champion, or every other champion that was on Raw, we all knew that the most important champion in WWE was Roman Reigns. Yeah. As of right now, not going towards WrestleMania, not anything right now, like that. There's really, you can't really have an argument on who's most important, because Brock. They're both important.
I feel Brock is more important slightly more important.
Brock is important because Brock is going to be that vessel that's going to be used to have Roman Reigns take that next step.
I think what happened last night with Brock Lesnar, every other wrestling promotion, every other storyline in Raw and SmackDown, it's been fucking overshadowed now. I care about nothing else except this Lesnar Roman story.
Well, that's
100%.
been like that for a while. Look, the best story that's been going on in pro wrestling has been the Brock, Roman, and Heyman, storyline. That's this just adds an added layer because now Brock has the title. Where does Heyman fit into this? Remember, Roman fired Heyman.
Yep. What's up, Scott?
I'm gonna play. You can hear me, right? Yeah, I'm unmuted. I'm gonna be like, here. How does this sound? I'll be the writer for the next year for WWE. Well, year plus.
Be better. You can be better.
Roman. Oh, I mean, I already have it right here. It just sucks you can only do this cool thing once, though. You have Roman win, and I'm fine with that. I should fucking mute myself, but yes, I said you have Roman win. He probably, can you say then he becomes like, I don't know how he is now. Is he like, he's a cocky, I'm the greatest, blah, blah, blah. Is he one of them?
Yep. Yeah.
What if he gets like so carried away? The Usos are friends with his, right?
Well, it's cousins.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, have him
family.
have him just completely snap. Get rid of the Usos. He hates the Usos because he's the greatest his family's ever seen. Who does that get the attention of?
Rock.
The Rock.
And then a year later, you have them at WrestleMania and have Roman Reigns win. I think The Rock would lose for.
I even was thinking about, and I like that scenario. Even, let's say all of our stuff comes true and Roman wins the title at the night of WrestleMania, unifies the title. The night after WrestleMania is usually the biggest Raw of the year, right?
Yep.
Who comes out doing a Roman Reigns celebration? The Rock. And you can
now who's Roman's dad? Who's Roman's father? I always forget. I always get this confused.
It's
I forgot his name.
It's one of the wild.
It's not Rikishi. Okay, I thought it was Rikishi for some reason.
No, Rikishi's the Usos dad.
Oh, okay. Now, that's what I'm saying. Like they just need Roman to snap. That's maybe, like I said, maybe I'm way out of bounds here, but like, and attack the Usos, attack Rikishi. I don't need you guys. Get out of here. That kind of thing. Yeah. And that gets the attention of Dwayne.
Yes.
And then he can come back and then, that'll get the attention. And I mean, imagine that promo of a pissed off Rock. Somebody attacks his family.
Well, yeah, because I've always said that if I'm going to get Rock versus Roman, I can't have sticky Rock. I can't have that the guy that's comedian guy. Like I gotta have a combination of I gotta have a little bit of Dwayne in there, and have it be a little bit more real to where this actually means something. Because if I'm getting the normal sticky funny lines from The Rock, it doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't do anything for me. I need.
That's why I say the attack part comes in. Make it personal. Make it
right
how it used to be back in the day. Remember how WrestleMania main events used to seem personal? That they actually hated each other. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Oh, you're not crazy.
But yeah, I just think that if you want a storyline, we know it's fake. I get it. But if you want a storyline to really, draw people in, it writes itself, basically. I mean, it's easy to do. Now, how you spread it out over a year to lead up to WrestleMania is another thing. I mean, does he show up at SummerSlam? Does he show up at Raw in August? Does he show up in, I don't know the Rock's schedule. So.
Right. And that was actually going to be the thing that I was gonna tell you, Tony, about why I don't feel, and this is even before we found out about Roman testing positive for COVID, anything like that. Like I just didn't feel like, especially now with everything going on, with the numbers going up and the new variant, blah 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 blah, that we wouldn't get The Rock, because if The Rock is doing films, he can't, he will legit have to quarantine for X amount of days just so he can get back on set. And who knows how much money, the film would lose, or the production company will lose, just by The Rock doing this. That's why I think now it just makes better, it's the right time to not go with this now, but stretch it out to maybe, like I said, maybe you have Rock show up the night after WrestleMania, and you can spread it out how they did between Rock and Cena over a year.
I like that scenario you came up with, Scott, and you two, Hitman. Roman wins WrestleMania. The Raw after he's celebrating, Rock comes out and just rock bottoms him. That's it, and just leaves. And then
I just want it to be. I want something maybe it's just me being greedy. It's just I would rather have, like Hitman said, I want a pissed off Rock. I don't want. I mean, he can still do his shtick. I mean, all the catchphrases. He can still be funny while being intense. But I just
after the first confrontation with Roman, then he
maybe it's a good. Maybe Rock isn't there when it happens. Maybe he shows up, a month later afterwards. What the hell are you doing? This is your family. Yeah. I wish they would just make it personal, but it's probably Goldberg's going to come along and fucking Doink the Clown's going to come in and ruin everything. And I already know. I'm not. You guys are getting me hyped up. And I ain't buying. You're throwing the bait out. I'm not taking a bite of anything.
Hey, Goldberg already said he has one match left on his WWE contract, and unfortunately, one of the things that I thought about that they could do, which I liked at the time because I thought it made sense for business, which I don't like now, is that it's the scheduled main event for WrestleMania 35 before the pandemic hit, which was Goldberg versus Reigns before the pandemic hit. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Fuck no.
I don't want to see that.
If WrestleMania,
let Goldberg be the guy. Let Goldberg be the guy that goes to AEW, and then let everybody flip out over that. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. I don't think. I think
he's a big enough name to where people would freak out, but he's like also. I mean, I don't consider myself a true wrestling fan anymore, but like. I just don't think the real wrestling fans would give a shit about his allegiance or his whatever. Let a guy like him go and have fun. Goodbye. I don't have to watch it. That's fine.
Tony, as an AEW fan, would you be happy if Goldberg went to AEW?
Right now, I don't give a fuck who goes to AEW.
What about Bray Wyatt?
I don't give a fuck who goes to AEW right now.
No,
until I see this play out, I care about nothing else. I mean, I'll watch, but I won't be invested into it like I'm going to be invested with Lesnar and Roman.
Look, last night was a game changer.
It was.
And they can go in so many directions with this right now that
I never jumped out of my seat so fucking fast in my life.
I mean, what was my response to you last night, Tony? What was my response to you last night when Lesnar won?
Laughed.
I was LOLing in my text message.
I called Hitman on the phone. I called him. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like as loud as I could. I mean, I was just that excited. I'm still that excited.
Because honestly, that pin came out of nowhere.
And there is one thing I told you, Hitman and Scott, when he was F5ing everyone, he F5'd all the other four guys, right? And each time he looked into the camera when he was doing it, I told Hitman at least one time he should have screamed Roman's name when he was given an F5.
Well, here's the thing though. He F5'd everybody except for Lashley.
He F5'd Lashley, didn't he?
I don't think he F5'd Lashley.
I watched right before we got on. I think he F5'd Lashley.
I could have sworn that he didn't F5 Lashley. That was the only one. I think that was the only one that I could be wrong, but I think that was.
I bet you that one of you. I bet that one of you is right.
I like those odds.
Yeah.
So.
Should I watch this match when I get off this
yes.
extreme podcast?
You should.
It's not that long either. It was what, 15 minutes?
It was like 15, 20 minutes, but it was fast paced and hard hitting.
Yes.
That's what it was. It was if you account for all the entrances and the moves, it was.
You just described the pornos that I want.
Pornhub.com. There you go.
All right. Yeah.
No, but
rough and to the point.
All right. But if you account for the entrances and the moves, I mean, honestly, Lesnar gave 5 or 6 Germans and like 3 or 4 F5s, and that was it. I mean, it was the timing.
That's what the timing.
It was basically the 5 guys in the ring playing their greatest hits, and it was a good match.
It was. Scott, you got to go back and watch it.
It was good. It was good. It's only like I said, 15, 20 minutes. And
I don't even know if I have Peacock. Hold on. Guy, you guys talk. I'm seeing if I have the Peacock.
Sounds like
my
a personal
PlayStation here.
But but besides that, look, I thought, like I said, it just opens up so many avenues for what they want to do, and now
Peacock.
And now the WWE has made themselves like the center of the sports entertainment world because of what they did. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Tony. There was one part of me that was kind of like, what if they didn't get rid of certain guys during a year because of quote unquote budget cuts? You know what I'm saying? Or what happens, to a guy like what if the WrestleMania main event for one night is going to be Roman versus Ciampa, or Roman versus Braun Breaker, who I don't think is ready yet. That's why for me I was a little bit concerned.
Braun Breaker, he's the son of Steiner.
Son of Rick Steiner, nephew. Ciampa.
So Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa.
That's not a real person. I don't know.
He's really good on NXT. He's the current NXT World Heavyweight Champion.
Ciampa.
Ciampa.
CHIAMPO.
PA.
Oh wait, hold on.
PA.
Yeah. If they fuck this up, if they ruin this story, I guess you can call it, it's going to be hard for me to watch Raw anymore, man. It really is. This is the best thing they've done in years, man. It really is.
Well, that's because it came out of nowhere.
History tells that they do something good, and immediately they fuck it up.
Well, you would hope that, especially now, because this is their money time, you will hope that between now and April that they don't jack this up. But there's always that 50-50 chance that they will.
I'll jump out of a window.
What did MJ say in the new Spider-Man? If you go into something,
shut up! I didn't see it.
Okay, all right, I won't say it. Well, I mean, it's a saying that you should probably, take on for your life. If you go into something expecting, bad or whatever, you won't be disappointed. So Yeah, I mean that's how I'm. Look, I have my 50% expectation this would be good. I have my 50% expectation that this will be bad. So guess what? If something turns out to be bad, I won't be as pissed off.
I guess I'll be pissed. But I don't know. I that's about it for me. I'm just I'm very excited.
Yeah, look, wrestling fans should be excited. I mean, if you're a WWE fan, you should be excited about what just happened. Like I said, it opened up a lot of avenues for what they can do. Now it's just a matter of if they can capitalize on it, and just kind of go from there. I mean, look, we all know Roman's the guy, but we also know that Brock brings credibility to this company. Brock is the only professional wrestler, sports entertainer that brings credibility to any company. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree.
I mean, look, I got Scott's face, but I mean, everything that's going on right now, everybody within each major company, Brock's that guy.
Yes.
Brock's that guy.
He overshadowed he's overshadowing everything.
Well, yeah. Look, for 3 hours last night, everyone was talking about Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. They were.
And then today you have the 20-year, not reunion, but the 20-year anniversary of three of the major guys from the OVW call-ups: Cena, Lesnar, and Batista.
Yep, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Well, anyway, that's all I got, man. I'm happy we did this. It feels like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders.
Yeah, now you have to go buy you a Brock Lesnar shirt to replace your All Elite shirt.
Yep. What's Scott doing? You better have pants on, Terms.
Who knows? He's looking for a peacock.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's all I got. Hitman?
No, I'm good.
All right. So, Scott, you got anything to
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Oh my God, something happened.
We hear you.
Hear you. You're good.
Oh. Okay. I think we'll end it right there then.
We're good.
All right. Until next time, Hitman. Thanks a lot, brother.
Yep. Appreciate it.